Now that we've looked at how to enumerate MSSQL with Nmap, let's dig in and see how we do it with Metasploit. We have our IP address. Do a simple Nmap scan, and we get 1433 along with a lot of other services running, but we're focusing on MSSQL right now. We can run that same scan looking at 1433. We'll do service as well as a script for MSSQL info. It's a script we've run before. Our service enumeration came back with Microsoft SQL Server 2019. We have the same information from our script. That is good to double check. Load up MSF console. We did a brute force using Nmap last time. This time we'll use Metasploit to brute force our way into user logon and password. It is an auxiliary scanner for MSSQL. Login will set our hosts, and let's set G, our hosts. That way it stays persistent throughout all of the tools we use. We'll set user file to be this word list from the desktop. Common users. We'll set the pass file to be the 100 most common passwords. These word lists exist for a reason. They are the most common passwords. We'll set verbose false. You can double check options. Everything is filled in that's required, and we can run that module. Come up with SA and no password, which is useful. And that was quite useful. The next one, we came up with database admin as Anna Marie and auditor as Nikita. We'll write all those down and we can come back to them later. The next scanner we're going to look at is going to be enum. And we've already set our R hosts because we set it as a global variable for this whole Metasploit session. So we can just run. It'll try those logins. Oh, we're still running the login. It did not load the module. Let's try that again. MSSQL ping schema dump login hash dump. Auxiliary admin MSSQL enum. And let's run that. And it came back with a lot of information. And we could dig through here. See what odds have been set up. Some of our database information that we found last time using some Nmap scripts. Metasploit came up with them with this simple admin enum script module rather. If we were to continue with the auxiliary admin tools, there is enum and then SQL logins. We can run that. We see that SA is a sysadmin. That's useful. Some more logins. We'll write all those down. We can come back and use those later. The last thing we would want to check is if we can run commands. So it's going to be another auxiliary admin. And this one, instead of enum, is exec for execute. And we'll set the command to be who am I. Let's look at those options. It'll connect, ask it if we can execute who am I. Let's see what it looks like. And it came back as NT service MSSQL SQL Express, which is what we would expect the SQL service to be identified as. Let's enumerate some domain accounts. And to switch it up, use exploit. You can use exploit or run. They both do the same thing. And it's pulling some domain accounts. And there should be quite a list. Got Alice and Bob. You might recognize them from discussions of encryption. Again, with enumeration, everything that we find we're going to write down, and we can determine whether it's useful later. But during enumeration, it's all about gathering. Gather, gather, gather as much as you can. And that completed. With that, that's the end of our SQL enumeration. And hopefully you got something to take with you for all of your enumerations here on out.